welcome to the epic conclusion of the Dragonbane Alone in Deepfall Breach solo adventures. This is the last mission, mission number 5, the Orc's Forge. This should prove to be quite entertaining. Your solo career has been good so far, Sir Cornelius, much better than your companion, Illyrium Stormbane, I think his name was. The Reforged Shard mission had us following the designs of Ingolfer Stonegaze as we rescued a captive orc. We went into the cultist's warren and took an amulet that contained the Worldbreaker Shard. We went to the mage's refuge where we obtained calling stones. We visited the soul tree where you obtained blood-red sap from that tree. And now we are on the final chapter. Are you ready to begin?
I believe so. So, Sir Cornelius is quite ready to put an end to these cultists that he's been battling and finally reforge this weapon.
As you head into Deepfall Breach, you hear the words of Ingolfer that you heard just moments ago as he gave you instructions. We must reforge the Worldbreaker anew into a weapon of light. It shall be cast in the fires of the breach and quenched in the blood of the soul tree. Orcs of Maladuk have an outpost in the molten wastes. There dwells Gorum, who serves his clan as a talented weaponsmith. Seek his aid, and ye shall wield a mighty weapon against demon kind. But be warned, demon cultists hunger to recover the shard, wielding magic and cunning to hunt you down. When the threat activates, the cultists attack. Let us begin. Great iron rungs, plunged into the stone of the breach, serve ye as a descent into the depths. I see the chittering shadow of many limbs and eyes, hungering for prey. Climb quickly to avoid the spider's hunt. And you begin your descent down these rusted rungs, deep into the bowels of Deepfall Breach, past the very rectum of the orc stronghold. No, actually, we're not there yet. Just in the bowels. What do you do?
Well, heeding Ingolfer's warning, I'm going to make haste down this iron ladder and attempt to get to the bottom before I'm attacked by any spiders.
Give me an awareness roll, please.
That is a bane, so either way I will fail.
Yep, you would take the 15, which would be a failure. So you are descending with haste. These rungs are quite rusted, and as you're descending, one of them crumbles under your feet. Please give me an agility roll to avoid slipping and falling. And by the skin of your teeth, you manage to hold on. You slide down a few rungs. Great vibrations ring out. The noise of your descent surely awakened whatever lurks here in the webs. And let's just find out. Let's ask, are there foes alerted to your presence? Yes. So as you descend, you can hear the chittering, the glistening slide of fangs through carapace, the crunch of little spider feet as they step through the mummified remains of whatever their last meal was and begin to approach you. You still have quite a ways to go to make your descent. Do you stand your ground or do you flee?
I think Sir Cornelius will stand his ground. He's faced swarms of spiders before and survived.
This may not prove to be a swarm of spiders. Let's just see what stumbles into view. Oh, it's a giant spider. A very large spider. Not just any little swarm, mind you, but a great spider. It is still about Oh, 25 movements away, so it can't quite reach you this next round. You can hasten, or you can draw your sword now that you see your foe.
I think Sir Cornelius, seeing such a great foe and knowing that this is an important quest he's been set on, knows that he can't risk losing sight of his goal so early on, so he is going to make haste.
You will need to make some evade rolls. Uh, 13 is actually a success. So you succeed on the first evasion, and you actually manage to gain some distance. Perhaps the spider, its great bulk, it takes it longer to lumber down this stone chute, and you are basically sliding down, rust flaking off in great billowy clouds. You gained a little bit of room. If you can succeed on another evasion roll, you may outdistance him. And you needed a 13 and you rolled a 15. Would you choose to push this roll, or you could take a condition, you could push it and take a condition, or you could use your ability, or you can just take the failure?
I think that I will take a condition. Perhaps I become scared.
Understandable.
And I will push that roll. Let me... I should have actually applied the Bane that time.
It did, and you still managed to succeed. You are definitely gaining ground on the spider, or continuing to distance yourself from the spider, I should say. Let's just ask the fortune die, are you able to escape? And I'm going to roll this twice, and we'll take the more beneficial of the two rolls. So are you able to escape? Well, there's a yes and a no. We will take the yes. So you managed to get down to the bottom with your life intact. The great spider, you peer up and you can see your torchlight glistening on its many faceted eyes up above you, and it looks at you hungrily and then turns and scampers back up into its nest. A massive chitinous beast gorges itself on the decomposing remains of some recently deceased traveler in this fetid stretch of the breach. You see a massive horse-sized insect consuming the bloody, rancid, decomposing remains of some unfortunate passerby. This poor person, whether it was killed by this beast or perhaps by the spiders, you know not, but it is being consumed by this massive devourer of the dead. Your path is seemingly blocked.
I think Sir Cornelius, seeing this, will do his best to pass by unnoticed.
Give me a stealth roll. Your sneaking roll. Oh, the 7 would have been good, but the 9 is not. Do you push this roll?
I don't think I push this one.
Because it is so large and there is not much room to get by, you simply cannot manage it. I think you're going to have to fight. Let me drag these into view. We'll get a nice look at this devourer of the dead here. Ooh, that looks terrifying. This beast, sensing that you maybe are there to steal its prey, will go on the offensive. We will roll initiative. And of course the devourer of the dead will go first. So if you would do me the kindness of rolling a die, I believe it's going to be a D6, and he has ferocity, so he will go after your army of 1, just like we did last time with the Minotaur. A 3. Claw attack. The beast runs up to an opponent, knocks them down, and tears at them with its sharp claws. It will inflict 2d8 slashing damage plus d6 since you are prone. Would you like to evade?
I will try my best to evade. It looks like I am able to evade.
Yes, so the 13 is a successful evade. So the beast lashes at you with its claws, and you lunge backwards, narrowly avoiding being disemboweled by this claw attack. So that will take your first action, but now you have your army of one. You have your second action.
I will attempt to stab the beast, find a weakness in its keratin plate, and drive my sword home.
He's armored quite well. Not as well as you, but he does have armor, and he's got a heap of hit points. That is a success. He will not try to evade. If ever there was a time to roll good on your damage, this was it. And you got 8 points of damage. His armor will block 4 of that.
Yes.
So he will take a 4-point loss.
The alchemy dice are already back to their same old routine, it seems.
Well, the good news is it's his turn to attack. So would you roll a 6-sided die for me, please? Three, the claw attack, and this time you cannot defend. So let's make this claw attack and see what happens here. It's got to be an easier way to access that attack chart. I just either don't know how to do it or it's not there yet. So this is the damage. Oh, well, that's not bad at all. So 10 damage minus your 8 for your armor. You take 2 hit points of damage. And now it is your turn. And then your turn again. Of course, I could have let you try. I forgot to let you evade that. You know what? Actually, did I reroll initiative?
I don't
believe I did. So hold that thought. Well, okay, so he went first anyway. Did you want to try to evade that?
No, I will just attack.
Okay, I should have let you do that. Sorry, that is my bad. But now it's your army of one turn, and then it will be his turn, and then your last turn. That is a success. He will not evade.
Hopefully the dice roll a little bit better.
Oh, that double 10 would have been fantastic. Well, that's better right there. So 16 damage. He'll take 14 of that. Just put in a minus 14. Oh, not a minus 0. 14. And now it is his turn. If you will, please roll a 6-sided die.
It will be a 3 again.
Again. Do you want to try to dodge this claw attack?
Yes, I'll try to evade.
Make an evade roll.
For some reason, it doesn't want to let me do the Banes on here, so I'm just going to have to keep rolling.
That's okay. We know you take the worst of the rolls. Oh. Well, the worst of your roll is a 5. The dragon would have been really nice, but you succeed. You manage to avoid that attack, which also uses up your last turn. So we shuffle the initiative. I don't know if this will... Oh, I got to be off this screen, looks like. I can never tell.
The timer hasn't restarted, so it shouldn't have shuffled yet.
I don't know that it restarts unless it changes characters. Okay, so now it's your turn, and then his turn, your turn, and his turn.
Alright, I will attempt to skewer him once again with my sword. If I rolled max damage, I could kill him, I believe. But I don't know with these dice if that's going to happen.
Well, you could do 26, and he has 4 armor.
I guess he does have 4 armor.
Although if you get a dragon, that's a hit. He does not try to evade. He is intent on crushing you into the ground and eating you. Well, there we go. So that's 13 minus 4 is going to be 9 hit points. Excellent. Now it is his turn. Please roll a 6-sided die. Is it going to be yet another claw attack? I think that this was a reskinned manticore or something like that. I just changed some of the stats.
It is a 1.
Tail strike. The Devourer aims a dreadful ranged attack with its tail spike at a player character within 20 meters. The attack inflicts D12 piercing damage and injects the victim with a paralyzing poison with potency 12. The attack can be parried with a shield. Do you want to parry... you have a shield. Of course, you're using a two-handed weapon, so I don't think you actually get to use your shield. But do you want to evade this?
I think I will just take the hit.
Okay.
It's only a D12, so hopefully it rolls low.
Let's see. So
although, alchemy dice, I never know.
So it's a tail strike and then a poison with potency 12. So we'll get to actually do poison. This will be exciting. Let's see what the damage is. I don't know if that went through.
You might just have to roll a D12.
Yep, I think that button must not be working. So we'll do it this way. So D12. Well, clearly we are having some issues.
Let me see if I can roll the D12. No, I cannot.
So it is a Friday night, and maybe their servers are a little bit bogged down. I'm just going to pause this game, and we'll give it a reboot, and we'll be right back. So don't anyone go anywhere. And we are back. So we gave it a little reboot. Let's see if this works. Can it do a tail strike? Two damage. So your armor will block that completely. You know, if it doesn't go through your armor, does it inject you with poison? We may have to ask the Oracle die. The attack inflicts damage and then injects you with a paralyzing poison.
I would imagine if the stinger doesn't go through my armor, it wouldn't be able to inject me with poison.
Well, I wouldn't think so. In fact, I'm going to rule that that's the case because your armor blocked all damage, so if it doesn't pierce your skin, you're not getting poison injected in. So it is now your turn.
Well, I will do my best to deliver a crushing blow. I will expend 3 willpower points and push that roll.
That is a hit. Please roll damage. He will not evade. He probably should have evaded. So you do 16 damage. He blocks 4 of that. So that's going to be a minus 12. And he's very close to being down. That was your army of 1. So now it's his last attack. So would you roll a 6-sided die, please?
A 5.
A 5. Crushing charge. With full force, the beast charges at you. You suffer 3d6 bludgeoning damage and are knocked down, and you cannot evade this. So you will be knocked prone, and you're going to take some damage. This could be bad. $14. So your armor will block 8 of that. So you're going to take 6 points of damage, and you are prone. Let's reshuffle the initiative. He goes first. Roll a 6-sided die. 4. Oh, well, I forgot to... Yeah, it was a Manticore. I forgot to change that out. So the Devourer of the Dead whips its tail segments at 2 opponents. Both suffer 2d6 slashing damage and are knocked down. You're already knocked down, so it's actually going to do 3d6 because you are prone. Do you want to try to evade this?
I will do my best to evade this.
Okay.
I think that is worthwhile.
You need... Oh, you got a 14, and you needed a 13. Do you take a condition, or do you burn willpower
I will
points?
just take the damage.
So it was 3d6, I believe we said?
Yes.
Slashing damage. Oh dear. 10. Well, that's not bad. So your armor blocks 8, you take 2. Where are your hit points at?
I have 6 hit points.
Okay, so you've been here before. But the good news is it's your turn. If you can hit him, you can take him out. You could, on your turn, you could stand up and swing away.
Well, I will, if I fail, I will push this, and it's highly unlikely that I'll roll above 15 twice, or...
Well, now that you said it, it's probably going to happen.
This is alchemy, after all.
So you cannot push a demon. But you get to check the box.
Yes, so, I think alchemy dice need a rework.
You totally cursed yourself just then by saying that. I've got a demon roll for a melee. Let's see what happens. Oh.
Luckily without any damage.
Yeah, without your damage bonus, so just 2d10.
So I take no damage.
Excellent. So that could have been really bad. Now it's his turn again. Roll a 6-sided die, please. You were in a battle here with this... what is this, the second room?
Yes, that is a 1.
1's not bad. That's the tail strike. That's the poison. Do you want to evade that?
No, I will not evade that. The probability of me rolling above 15 again is so low that I'll just take the hit.
Whew. Man, it was on like the 12 and the 11. I thought, oh, this is it. 2, but your armor blocks it, and you don't take any poison. Now it's your turn. Can you finish off this Devourer of the Dead? This is a battle to the death, clearly. No.
Well, I will expend 3 willpower points.
You succeed. Can you do 9 points of damage?
I definitely am not a fan of alchemy dice.
So you do 9 points of damage?
Exactly.
He is destroyed. That was not easy, but you managed to defeat the Devourer of the Dead. What to do now?
Well, I think I'm going to take a stretch rest.
I think that's a good idea. This is up here. We will advance the threat timer. So in the solo game, during a stretch rest, you can resolve 1 condition, you can heal 1d6 willpower points, and you can heal 2d6 hit points. So this is your hit points. 7, that's not bad. Your willpower points, a high number here would be great, like a 6 would be great. 4's okay.
I now have 10 willpower points and 13 hit points, and I no longer have any conditions, so I'm okay.
Yeah, you're in pretty good shape, and you can still do that round rest once during this, which will allow you to heal willpower points, and you can always take another stretch rest. It just advances the threat tracker. This was quite a battle. I'm going to say that while you are taking that rest, you maybe scavenge around looking through some of these remains. Let's see what you find. I've got a table for scavenging. And if this is something bad, I'm going to ignore that. Oh, treasure card, and roll again. So we'll get 1 treasure card plus another treasure card. So 2 treasure cards.
I suppose this Devourer of the Dead has devoured a lot of travelers.
And nothing of note. So in fact, a lot of this treasure is found in his scat. And so you find a giant pile of Devourer of the Dead dung. And you see, much like corn, you see little bits of gold coin sticking out of some of his excrement. And you dig through there, and let's see what you find. I hope there's not something huge, because that's going to be uncomfortably painful for this guy. But let's see. You get 2 rolls on the treasure table. Firstly, you find a poisoned dagger. Okay. So
is that negative, so we're going to ignore it?
Give me an evade roll. I think... Oh, geez. Let's roll the other treasure. A musical instrument. Roll a d6. Let's see what the instrument is.
Is there a better treasure table?
This is the one from the book. So you find a bagpipe in this Devourer's dung. Do you want to keep that bagpipe?
I suppose I can leave it there, and I will perhaps take it with me on my way back.
Okay. Let's resolve this dagger. So I'm going to rule that you actually, because I did say that we wouldn't take something bad on this, but let's just, for our own enjoyment, let's pretend that you cut yourself and you have to beat a potency 12 poison. So you need to make a Constitution roll. Actually, let me look this up, because now I'm curious. I know it's a Constitution roll, and let me see how exactly we do this. So with poison, they're measured by potency. A weak poison is potency 9, moderate is 12, strong is 15 or more. There's an open opposed roll, which means that we both roll between the potency and your con. If the poison wins, you suffer its full effect. If you win, you only suffer the limited effect. So you need to make a Constitution roll, and I need to make a roll, and I need to beat a 12 for the poison. So you got a 10, and I didn't even beat the roll. So the poison, you shrug it off like it's nobody's business. It's probably a little bit degraded from being in, passing through this creature's digestive tract. So you do not sustain any wound from that poison. So that's how poison and disease would work. So that was fun. But even if we hadn't said this wasn't a bad thing, you still would have succeeded. So very well. Time to move on.
Yes, I'm sure the bagpipes are not of much use anymore.
Do you play them?
No, I do not. I'm just going to leave them. I'm sure they're shredded and destroyed from the bard who passed through here and lost them.
Yeah, probably still his hand in there somewhere. Let's see what we have here. Beware the blasts of superheated steam from molten pits below. I know not what dwells in the scalding fog, but ye shan't be alone. So a ominous warning that this sulphurous, stinking fog hides something of great menace.
Well, I think as I go through, I will do my best to stay aware of anything that could sneak up on me and attempt to deal harm to me.
Well, let's do an awareness roll and maybe a sneaking roll.
But regardless, I will press forward. So my awareness will succeed.
Excellent.
Not my sneaking, however.
Man, you've rolled some dragons, they just don't count. So we'll take the 18 on that. So your sneaking does not succeed. So, but the awareness, as you are skulking through here, you halt as your foot scrapes on a crusted pile of sulfurous powder, and you happen to just see in the fog the shape of something horrible. It doesn't seem to notice you as of yet, but it is massive, and if you thought the Devourer of the Dead was bad, this is worse. You probably don't want to tangle with this sulfurous devil.
Yes, I think passing through, Sir Cornelius will realize that this foe is beyond him and do his best to get through here unnoticed.
If you want to take a stretch of time and really take your time getting through, I will give you another sneaking roll without the Bane because of your armor. Just a straight sneaking roll.
I think that I would rather fight a gang of cultists than this demon.
Agreed. So let me advance the timer. Oh, so close. Would you like to push this roll?
Yes. I will become disheartened as I see this massive demon I'm passing by.
It just wasn't meant to be. You are near the end, but a scant 25 meters from the outlet of this sulfurous tunnel, when you hear the rushing of superheated gas behind you. No, not what you think. The huge gaseous demon surges toward you, the steam almost boiling in front of you, and this face emerges from the stink with the foul breath of brimstone pits, and you see the sulfurous devil. "Who dares pass my domain?" he intones.
Well, knowing that he would most likely be on the cultists' side for their cause, I'm going to just do my best to dash for the exit.
Give me an evade roll. Oof. Do you want to push that?
I will expend 3 willpower and try to push it.
Definitely not your night.
No, is not indeed. I need to switch to physical dice here.
As you are escaping, he will get a free attack before you reach the end of the sulfurous tunnel and escape into safety. Give me a D6 roll. Three. Curse. The devil points at you and chants an ancient curse. The attack cannot be dodged. Roll a D6 to see what your curse is. You turn into an animal. Roll a D6 to see what sort of animal. Four, a wolf. Engulfer would be proud. You are turned into a wolf and you lope into the passageway. How long this will last, you know not. It's probably going to change how this next encounter goes down. A bloody skirmish between orc and cultist leaves a goblin the sole survivor. They lie injured at the bottom of a great pit. Find them, earn their trust, and ask about the treasure hidden ahead. So Wolf Cornelius lopes into the room smelling blood and goblin, and down into a pit. You see the survivor of some life and death struggle. A goblin down there who looks as though he's wounded. He's seen better days. He looks up at you. Yeah, Wolfie! Get down here, I'm hungry.
Perhaps could I make a will roll to see if I can will myself back into being from this this curse?
So, according to the curse, every shift of time, I think it's every stretch of time actually, every shift of time you can roll a d6 or a d4, and if you get a 1, then you turn back. We'll make it kind of easy on you because you don't have a stretch of time for this. Let's ask the dice. Can you will yourself to revert back into Cornelius? Yes, you can. Give me a will roll. Do you have any banes on that for conditions?
Not on will, just for charisma.
You try.
I will expend 3 willpower
All
points.
right.
I am quite fed up with these horrible dice.
Take the salty condition.
Yes.
You are unable to revert into wolf form. You can try and do your best as a wolf to get this goblin on your side, or you can simply move on.
Well, there's really nothing I can do, so I will simply move on.
Very well. Hey, wolf! Get back here! Ah! Time has been unkind to this ancient orc tomb. A king is entombed here. His remains a testament to his prowess in battle. Be wary of the cunning designs of the orcs. They would seek to protect their ancient king from robbers and scavengers. You find an ancient crypt. An orc king was buried here long, long ago. As Wolf Cornelius, what do you do?
Well, there's not much I can do, so I think I'll just look and see where the path is that goes forward.
Give me an awareness roll with a boon, or if you have a bane, well, you don't have your helmet. Is basically it's turned into your wolf ears. So we'll just take the best roll here. The 10 would be a success. So with your wolf nose, you smell that nothing has passed through here in quite some time. So this must have been a side passage that Engulfer led you on, probably to protect you from some sort of danger had you gone another way. So this seems like a very safe place to rest, because it seems as though nothing has come through here in weeks, if not months or years. If you want to take a stretch rest, I'll let you re-roll your will again.
Well, I will do that then.
And during the stretch rest, you can lose a condition, regain hit points, regain willpower points. So you do manage at the end of the stretch rest to turn back into Sir Cornelius, although you are now afflicted with fleas, most likely. So this is your willpower. You regain 6.
Yes.
Then 2d6 hit points, and you can drop a condition.
That will put me back to my maximum hit points.
Oh, you could go take on that sulfurous demon.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
I think I will avoid that room if I can.
Probably for the best. When you were rolling that curse, I'm thinking, oh, anything but a 5. Just don't roll the 5. And of course, that's the one that you rolled. Time is pressing. Do you continue on?
I think in this crypt, I'm not too concerned about running into these cultists. I've dealt with many of their kind before. I'm going to take the time to look around for anything valuable.
So that will take another stretch of time. Are you willing to do that?
I'm willing to do that.
Give me a spot hidden roll. I'm going to, rather than roll on the search table, I'm going to roll on the scavenge table. It's got inferior results. Because there is no threat here, you've got some tough. Okay, you find a massive treasure hoard, apparently.
Well, those treasure cards are not always as nice as they may seem, as I found with the poisoned dagger and the shredded bagpipes.
The bagpipes were still usable. Roll 4d6. So you find a gold ring worth 17 gold coins. And you also find a gold bracelet. Roll 2d6 to find the value of that bracelet. $50 gold coins. Now, you find these items. Let's see. Do you find these items on the body of the Orc King? Let's ask the fortune card. No. So they are perhaps in a small offering, an area where people have placed offerings long, long ago. It's been undisturbed. So you do not have to disturb the corpse of the king in here, which is probably good since you're going to meet the other orcs. It'd be bad if you were wearing their ancient king's ring and bracelet and playing his bagpipes.
Yes, I think I will take the ring and the bracelet and pay my respects to the fallen king and move on.
Let us do that. A slender finger of crumbling stone extends across a surging lake of molten fire. The span looks as if it could collapse at any moment. Imagine that path like 4 times as long and 4 times as narrow, and you get an idea of what this is like. This is a very treacherous path that looks like it could collapse under your weight if you are at all hasty in your steps.
Well, I think this calls for caution while crossing, so I will do my best to be cautious while crossing this bridge.
The question is, do you use up a stretch of time and invite the cultists?
If so, I guess there's no better time than to meet them here, where someone who has a rather high strength is next to a pit of magma.
But that's also going to be treacherous for you, and it was said that they have magics with them.
True.
So, do you want to risk a battle with the cultists here by taking your time, or do you think you can make it across?
I think perhaps I can make it across, but...
Give me an agility roll. Barely. You manage to sneak across. There is one section where the stone behind you begins to crack. I need you to make a fear roll. That's a will roll. And we will roll on the fear table. Enfeebled. This one is not good for you. It drains your energy and determination. You lose 2d6 willpower to a minimum of 0 and become disheartened. Are you already disheartened?
No, I healed that condition.
You now are disheartened, and you will lose... I don't think you had much willpower. Actually, I think you...
No, I refilled it, so I have...
Yeah, so you will lose 6 of them. So that's a blow. But it's better than fighting the cultists, I think. You managed to get across the finger of fire. Is there anything else you want to do here before you continue on into the breach?
No, I just want to make haste out of here.
Veins of magma gather, pooling in pits and undermining your path. It is here that orcs and goblins guard their outpost, striking out in search of some artifact for Maladuk. The orcsmith Gorum dwells here, and by his hand shall the Worldbreaker be remade, though I expect he'll not do it for free. You find their stronghold, and you can hear the pounding of hammer on hot iron, as you head into the city. Orc sentries greet you at the gate with menacing stares, crossing their spears before them. You may not pass.
I will call out to them and tell them that I am the one who rescued Gorham, and I bring the materials required to reforge the Worldbreaker Shad, and I seek Gorham's aid in doing so.
You say you know Gorham. Describe him.
He's an orc.
Oh, you lucky guess. How many eyes does he have?
I think if I'm recalling correctly, he had 2.
How many does he have? He's got 2. Make a persuasion roll with a boon. And if you're disheartened, is that going to give you a bane on that?
On charisma, I believe it will.
So it will be just a straight roll. Oh, look at that. Yes. We will take you to Gorham. Come, quickly. And they escort you through the stronghold. The sound of the hammers in the forges gets louder and louder. And you enter into a blacksmith shop. And there you see the sweaty form of Gorham as he's working over a shield, pounding rivets into it to reinforce it. He looks at you and wipes sweat and snot from his face with the back of his hand. My friend, all of us orcs sound the same. And he reaches out to clasp your hand with the same hand he just wiped his face with. Do you return the handshake?
I am wearing an armored glove, so I will return the handshake.
'Tis well met indeed. That day you rescued me from the cultists, I vowed to do whatever I could to assist those who would seek to bring about the downthrow of the demons. What brings you to the Molten Wastes?
Well, I have scoured the breach and found the items necessary to reforge the Worldbreaker Shad, and I seek your aid to do so.
What items have you found?
Well, I have the amulet that I took from the cultists.
The shard. This will go into the pommel.
And then the sap from the soul tree.
We will quench the hot metal with the sap from the soul tree.
I believe that's all I have.
Yes. I owe you a favor. I will smith this sword for you. However, I require my assistant, Grimgol, the goblin.
I believe I passed Grimgol on my way here. He was lost in a pit, and I could not get him out.
Could not or would not?
In my current form, I could not at the time.
Current form, you look like a mighty man.
Yes, but I have faced even mightier foes. A demon, or a devil rather, it lurks through these caverns, and I had to make a hasty retreat.
Well, 'tis better to run and fight another day, I say. Well, without the aid of my goblin friend, you will have to help me to pump the bellows and strike with hammer and quench with tree sap, which sounds cooler, or is cooler than it sounds. So please, pump the bellows. And you begin the arduous task of reforging the sword. Go ahead and make a strength roll. You pump the bellow over and over again, causing the magma and molten core of the metal to seethe and roil with heat. The heat is almost overwhelming. You'll need to make a constitution roll to avoid passing out from this stifling heat. Excellent. And now, one last task. To pound the metal. This will take all of your strength. Give me a strength roll. Now quench the blade quickly. Plunge it into the sap. Quickly. Agility. Oh, the metal will be brittle. Faster, faster. I suggest you push this roll.
I will push it.
Ah, the sword is complete. Now we have to sharpen it. Put some wrap on the handle. Find a scabbard. Come, let us have a drink. And he takes you over to a large barrel filled with black orc mead, plunges a cup inside and hands it to you, and you can't help but notice that there's bits floating about in it that he seems to not be bothered by at all. Do you chug this orc mead at the forge?
I think so. I've been through worse. I was swallowed by a snake.
You're going to need to, just like the poison that we did before, this is going to be another sort of poison. You'll need to make a constitution roll, and the poison needs to also roll. It needs to beat a 9. So you got a success. And the poison failed. So you drink it down, and it hits your gut like molten lead. It's the foulest thing you've ever eaten. And you nearly played the bagpipes that came out of the back end of the Devourer. And so you've tasted horrible things. This is worse than any of that. But you drink it down, and the orcs come and pat you on the back. One of us! One of us! And Gorham hands you the Worldbreaker sword. This mighty weapon will surely aid you. It is remade as a weapon of your choosing. I believe you would have it be a great sword?
Yes.
So according to the booklet, Worldbreaker inflicts 2d8 damage, but your sword does 2d10. So I'm going to say it's 2d10 damage.
Well, I believe a greatsword in general does 2d10.
Right. So we'll say that it does 2d10 damage like a regular greatsword, but it does 3d10 if wielded against a demon. And you can also make a will roll as a free action to nullify any demon attack made against you. So that could come in super handy in the struggles ahead. Now, you have the Worldbreaker sword in hand. Gorham is pleased with the work you have done. Surely Ingolfer will be pleased as well. Do you use the calling stones to return to Ingolfer?
Yes, if my task is done, then I can return.
Return and report to Ingolfer. You make it out of the breach. Ingolfer is sitting in his church, deep in thought, and he sees you. You have brought the sword. This sword will surely strike a blow against demonkind. Wield it wisely and with great strength. You have earned it. Now, let there be merrymaking in town. Go, feast, enjoy yourselves. Or yourself, I guess there's one of you. And that is the end of the Sword Reforged, or the Reforged Shard mission, the solo adventures from the Alone in Deepfall Breach that came in the Dragonbane core box. Let's make some improvement rolls. So, did you manage to check any of your boxes due to excessive failure or success?
I did. My evade did get checked.
Okay, let's see if you can fail that. You do not, so your evade does not go up, and now you get 5 skills.
Well, my sword was also checked.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, you fumbled. And no, that does not improve.
Well, I will attempt to increase my acrobatics, walking across that narrow bridge.
Yeah, and no, you learned nothing from that.
My awareness.
Completely oblivious to anything that goes on around you.
Perhaps my evade, fighting that horrible beast.
Yes, you ran like the coward, like the hero that you are. Your evade roll improves from 13 to 14. You get 1 more skill.
And perhaps as this sword is something of myth and legend, I will try to improve my myths and legends.
I like that. And you do. You improve your myths and legend. That will go to 12. Your evade will go to 14. Oh, you know what? You already rolled evade.
Ah,
So technically you couldn't
that's true.
do evade again. And actually you need to do one more skill, so you need to do 2 more rolls. I almost shorted you a roll. So for now, just your myths and legend has gone up.
I will do my sneaking. I use that quite a bit.
Yes. And you roll quite well when you don't need to. How about one more skill? And again, boy, if it's either damage or these rolls, you're rolling incredibly low. All the other rolls, you're rolling high. So you only improve your myths and legend. But you have the Worldbreaker sword. You have struck a blow against the cult of the demons. And your future in the Mythic Vale awaits. I want to thank everyone for watching, for following along. Please like and subscribe and comment. We've had a great time making these videos. We would like to make more, but just let us know what you like to see and how we can bring you more quality content. And Sir Cornelius, I will let you have the last word.
Yes, very fun. I'm sure with this sword reforged, I only continue to use it to drive the cultists from the Deepfall Breach and bring whatever peace I can, and then go about my my ways, adventuring out into the world. Yeah, that was fun.
All right, we'll see you next time.